Hello everyone. So I'm a bit out of breath. Just been popping Pride over at Jump, which is just there. I'm not doing it now, Pride, don't do it. That one. Good girl. She's a little bit tired now and it's slippier than it looks actually, the ground, so I only did it a few times. I'll upload the video later, but it was just kind of on that. See the camera there on the crate things? So it's a bit blurred because it's not following her, it's just focused on the jump really. But I'll upload it anyway, if it's worked okay. Sorry. Good girl, Pride. Look at this way now. That's it. Change direction. Okay. Whoa. Sorry, so look. She's... rain is all in the way. No bridle. And better back again. Okay. Have to excuse her mane. She's been a bit poorly earlier this year and it seems to have made her sweet tips worse this year. It's usually not too bad at all, but she's suffering a little bit with it this year. This is unusual for her. Anyway, so what I wanted to talk about today is something I see on the internet quite a lot, and I hear people say it quite a lot and post it on those kind of arguments on horsey groups on the internet. Is the saying that you can't force the horse to do something he doesn't want to do, which is something that quite a lot of people say. And I think it's they kind of want to believe that it's quite a... It's quite a nice thing to believe that, you know, no matter what you do, the horse wants to do it, otherwise it wouldn't do it at all. But it's not really true, is it? Let's be honest. Because if that was true, there wouldn't be any need for all the spurs, whips, gadgets, and things that people misuse to get their horse to do something. How many times you heard people say, you know, go and show him who's boss, or show her who's boss, or you know, if a horse is refusing a jump and then gets beaten into it by a whip, is that really what the horse wants to do? The horse has already refused to tell you that it doesn't want to do the jump, and then you've beaten it with a whip and you're saying that you can't force a horse to do something it doesn't want to do. So really, it's not really true, and people use it a lot with regards to racing. Sorry, just walking Pride aimlessly around here. You know, you can't force the horses to run, it's what the horses want to do. Which is a tricky one really, because I know I don't want to offend anybody. But at the same time, we've all seen horses refusing to go into the start boxes, horses rearing up, not wanting to go in. Is that really a horse that wants to do it? And also if you've got a group of horses and you set them off, in a flat off gallop, what you're doing is switching them all into flight mode because they're running as a herd. And that's really more of a fear thing than a I want to run thing, because they're flight animals. Yeah, they will run to play, they might mind run around the field playing and bucking at each other, but it's not a flat out running away from something, which is what kind of racing is. Pride is tired. Well up, Pride. So that's kind of the negative thing, people forcing horses to do things. And you know, you see it all the time. Horse doesn't want to go in the box, so you force the horse into the box and it works. And unfortunately it does. Fortunately for the horse, it does work, because they might be big animals, but they're flight animals and they have fear. And then, oh yeah, learned helplessness is another thing I wanted to talk about. Come on, Bridie. She's such a good girl. Go have a look at the jump. You've been jumping that, haven't we? Clever girl. So learned helplessness. It's basically helplessness that's been learned. That's what I think it sounds. You know, the horse has learned that no matter what it does, it's going to be forced into it anyway. So it kind of shuts down. Say, you know, the horse tries to get out of something by doing something, so another gadget is attached, or gets beaten with a whip or kicked with spurs. Eventually, the horse will kind of switch off and almost turn into a robot. Learn that, you know, no matter what it does, he's going to be forced to do it anyway, so they just oblige, which isn't a very nice thing to think about, but unfortunately you see it quite a lot. Hello girl, you saying hello? Hey baby girl. And you can see it in their eyes, you know, you see they're kind of almost dead in the eyes, and you know, I'm pretty sure Pride isn't dead in the eyes. Pride? Yeah, there we go, look, she's lovely. Yeah, so you can see it in their eyes, and you see, go to a show and have a look at the horses and see if you can see which horses are still horses and which horses are just working under learned helplessness. So we'll talk about something more positive now. So we'll talk about the opposite, how you do get your horse to do something it wants to do. So that's all like positive reinforcement. So Pride's knackered, so I'm just going to stand her actually. We're all at Pridey. So say Pride likes jumping. So if I want to teach her, kind of when I want to teach her steering without the bridle, I'd add a jump into it, because then she'll steer into the jump and she'll learn that steering ends up something she likes doing. And that's really how she progressed so well with the steering, was by adding jumps in. I think she wants to roll. I'm just going to jump off her. The flies annoying you, aren't they, baby? There she is. Oh, look at those flies. So, yeah, so kind of, Bridie, I can't think what I was saying now. Yeah, so she likes jumping, so that was kind of like a positive thing. Go back, good girl, go back, good girl, go back, good girl, go back. One more step. No, you can't stand like that, that's not square, is it? Look, look. One more back. That's it. Good girl. So, treats is something that Pride responds to. So you give positive reinforcement when she does something right, she gets a treat. Some people don't like using treats. I've got no problem with people using treats if they feel comfortable with it. If you don't like using treats, there are other ways to reward your horse. The Arab over there, he likes scratches. He's very much a scratchy horse. Practice on, I'll take that. Annoying you, aren't they? So whenever he does something right, he gets a scratch. And it's all kind of making things more their choice, and giving them motivation to do something, because a horse isn't going to want to do something, you know, if it's fed up and bored of what you're doing, it's not going to want to learn. So make everything fun, add jumps, add cones to go around, just not make it so boring, and just give them a motivation to do it, either by treats or scratches or anything that your horse enjoys, really. And that's how you get them to... It's real simple, really. It's just being nice and not forcing them to do things. And always, when you get on, be in a good mood. Don't get angry with your horse. If you do something wrong, if something happens, say we're going towards that jump and Pride, very rarely, runs out or doesn't go towards it properly or misses a stride, I never blame her. I always say, if people are watching me, I'll say, that's my fault, that was my fault. I wasn't sitting right, I wasn't straight, my shoulders weren't straight. And if you blame yourself instead of the horse all the time, you kind of improve yourself, keep you in a good state of mind. Because it's never the horse's fault, let's be honest. The horse isn't asking to do what you want to do. If they want to, that's fair enough, but, you know, good girl. I don't know if I'm making any sense at all. Good girl, boy. And scratchies. So, what was I going to say? So it's all about motivation, positive reinforcement, not being angry, riding correctly. You know, make sure you know how you're sitting, how you can use your body to ride instead of relying always on your reins. If you're always pulling on the reins, that's not going to be a nice experience for the horse, let's be honest. If you're always yanking the horse around. So ride with your seat more. And just kind of enjoy yourself. Anyway, I should have spoken before I knackered Pride out doing the jumps, really. But I haven't got next time I might put my head cam on and record going over the jumps. I'm on board. I'm afraid I might drop my phone if I do that. Right, over and out from us. Look, she's falling asleep. It's very hot and humid today, it's horrible. Good girl, and Khalil in the background, munching away. Right, I think I've spoken for far too long. Over and out.